Getting into the X bannings and unbannings and the guy who's ruining X, which is, spoiler alert, it's this guy right here, Nikita Bayer. Yesterday, Captive Dreamer was banned, and this other guy, Solonioff, Martin and Salami Face, they get banned yesterday. And ostensibly, the reason they're banned is for doxing, because they've been doxing leftoids and whoever they don't like, people who are celebrating Charlie Kirk's death and so forth. And they got into like a doxing war with whatever is left of the Twitter left. And they were taking it too far. Basically, they were posting people's addresses and pictures of their house, and they got banned, because that is against the rules to do that. Now, where it gets interesting, people figured out that this guy, Muhammad, or Margbar America, which I guess is like Death to America in sand. This guy says, "Hey, Nikita, do you guys have any plans on removing doxing of people's homes? Do you think my home and address should have equal visibility as all content online? Because it's been up for days, and despite being reported and found to violate rules, it stays. Is that new X policy?" Nikita says, "Thanks for flagging. I sent the post to our policy team, and that user was suspended. I appreciate you reaching out privately. I hope the reporting system can be fixed so these can be dealt with automatic." So Nikita like DM'd this guy privately and was like, "Yo, tell me who to ban, this Death to America guy." And then he banned the accounts that this guy wanted banned. Now, maybe for valid reasons in this case, valid meaning that maybe they had violated the terms of service. Of course, violating the terms of service is not difficult. The terms are very broad and very vague. Still, most people would probably come down on the side of you shouldn't post people's addresses and pictures of their house. You know what I mean? So most people would probably think like, yeah, that is actually a reason to get banned. Still, as you go deeper on this, it gets more concerning. After getting banned, Martin started posting videos he made new accounts instantly and started posting videos like, "Let's see how committed Elon is to free speech."
Let's see how committed Elon is to free speech.
That account that he made this on was called Banned Man, and it got instantly banned. You trusted the plan, didn't you? By the way, this is who Captive Dreamer is. Amazes me that white nationalist losers with a track record of being complete political fuck-ups keep crawling back and giving their 2 cents like we don't know what sort of scum they are. I condemn so-called white nationalists and other types. I am literally a Jewish American, you idiot. When you're a Zionist, you win. Some of you haven't figured out this lesson yet. You want to shut down the border and deport migrants. Be a Zionist. It's easy. Look, man, if it was up to me, if Elon was like, "Okay, I hypocrite, you get to choose if Martin gets to have a Twitter account," I would be forced on principle to be like, yeah, let him have his account or whatever. Also, I would miss how funny it is every time he posts his forehead. Genuinely, I would miss laughing at the memes about this guy's forehead. So I would, you know, me given the option, I would let this guy have his account. But having said that, liking Captive Dreamer is like a litmus test. You know what I mean? It's like people who like this guy, it's like you failed the litmus test. And so then he made a new account. After that one got banned, this one didn't get banned. This guy's probably got like 40 Twitter accounts at this point.
Is this the free speech app? Is this the free speech app?
You can see how bothered he is by losing his account, which, I mean, it is a shitty thing to do, but it's kind of like, in this guy's case, it's like his world. You know what I mean? Like, Twitter is this guy's world. Exactly. Giga Doomer says the same thing. Zitter is his life. If I lost my Twitter account, which I recently did for a couple weeks, I'd be upset, but I would still have a life. I would still have a life without Twitter. I would still have a career without Twitter. Turns out you can just dox libtards and leftists on here and they'll leave forever. Who knew it was that simple? But by the way, he got ratioed by the guy who got him banned. So this has 2.8k likes for 1.6 million views, which is not a great ratio. Every time he posts face, people just end up making fun of him and it goes viral because of that. And then this guy's like, "Where's the gloating?" And he got 4.5k likes, this Death to America guy. Here's what he was banned for, essentially. This is the guy's house, And he's going, what is this? And then he says, don't you ever fuck with me. Are you hearing this? Don't you ever fuck with me. Yes, like this guy, Martin, he thinks he's like powerful because he has like an 80K Twitter follower account. You know what I mean? He thinks he's like some kind of badass. It's kind of cringe, not gonna lie. It's kind of cringe. Okay, so this guy though, Nikita Bayer, who is he? Very concerning. I've been concerned about this guy for a while, and what's happened recently has proved beyond any shadow of a doubt that my concerns were well founded. Recently, this guy, Zoomer, this guy had a viral tweet where he posted a picture of Steve Jobs' daughter, who is pretty. He posted a screenshot of her Instagram and got like 170 million impressions. When he got his payout, it was $1,500, which is probably about normal. This is what I said. The payouts are not that good on Twitter. It's not really a good way to make money. He complained about his $1,500 payout, and then Nikita replied to his complaint and said, check again. And they sent him, you can see this pay period October 11th to October 11th. They just sent him a one-time payment of $10,000 because he complained he didn't get enough for his tweet. When I was like peak Twitter, when I was making the most money and had the most impressions, which is about 2 years ago now, it's been, my reach on Twitter has been like a steady decline, slowly but surely, for like 2 years straight. But 2 years ago, I was doing 100 million impressions a week, like every week. You know what I mean? I was doing over 400 million a month. I never got payments remotely like this. So this was concerning, this weird, because it's like, what kind of system is this? Like, what's going on? Was he underpaid and you're correcting the error? And if so, why are people getting underpaid? Like there's no transparency. Nobody understands how it works. So after he did this, people started looking into this guy more and saying, who is this guy? And I already kind of knew. So after that happened, this was a tweet I put October 12th. Okay, I did this a few days ago before these people got banned. As it says, when my account got hacked, I still had temporary access through my wife's delegate. So I DM'd X's head of product, Nikita Bayer, who responded to me, and I explained what was happening. He did nothing to help. After I completely lost access, I had a trusted and reputable friend DM him on my behalf with all my contact info, and he still did nothing. I had messaged this guy. I sent him my video explaining what happened. I sent a little paragraph like explaining what happened, and he goes, I don't understand. How are you posting? So I again explained it to him, and I never got another answer. And then like a few days after that, I was locked out of my account completely. I lost all access. And so I texted Savannah Hernandez. So I was like, who do I have in my phone? And I had Savannah. So I texted her and asked her to DM this guy because he was aware of the situation. He had already responded to me, and tell him, hey, I'm totally locked out now. And here's like my email, my phone number, like, please help. And she did that, and he still did nothing. And as I say in the tweet, it's like, I get it's not his job to deal with that, but it is a security issue when hackers take over an account and they could be trying to scam people. They could be posting Bitcoin scams. They could be DMing people scams. Like, all the users on the platform are at risk because now these hackers have my reputation, and people who trust me can be exploited to get scammed using my account, thinking it's me that they're dealing with. But he just let it happen. And I was like, man, that's weird. And ultimately, as you may know, I hired a lawyer and got my account back. Allison wanted me to delete this tweet, by the way. She said, you should delete that. Don't draw attention. And I did think about it, because it's like, not only are people getting banned, and remember, Uncensored AI was banned like a week ago. Not only are people getting banned on Twitter, but they're getting demonetized as well. That guy Ozpill posted a screenshot yesterday of an email he received saying that he was paused for revenue sharing. And I was like, fuck, man, am I about to get an email that I'm kicked out of the revenue sharing? But it's like, I knew people got to like be aware of this guy, because something's off. And when that happened, I was like looking at his tweets. So this is going back to September 3rd. I was like following all this guy's tweets because it was clear that he had a lot of power at Twitter. And so he's posting stuff like this, new algo, no more slop, bangers only. And this is September 3rd. And everybody knows, who is like a hardcore power Twitter user on the right wing, knows that probably their reach started going down because it was like they started suppressing, especially JQ stuff, started to be less and less common on your feed. If you want to get rich on X, think about one subject matter that you know more than anyone else in the world. It can be anything, and post unexpected insights you picked up, blah, blah, blah. And there was another, he deleted some of his more controversial tweets, but he had tweets about, he was trying to get away from like culture war slop, right? He doesn't want people talking about politics all the time. So he wants you talking about furniture and menswear and Indian food, right? Not politics. And it's like, okay, look, man, here's the thing, okay? All social media platforms kind of go through this thing. And I've been around long enough to see the cycle, to understand the cycle, where it's like, they start off by being like, we're going to maximize engagement and user retention. So whatever like makes people use the app more and stay on the app more, that's what we're going to train the algorithm to feed. And they do that. And then what they realize is that it's like gooner bait, thirst traps, conspiracy theory, schizo shit, and like snake oil miracle cures, like it's like a bunch of like really bad shit, basically. Is turns out when you give humans what they want is like not good for them because humans are retarded, essentially. And so then you're like, oh, this isn't good. We need to make some changes to what people are engaging with. And that makes a lot of sense at first because a lot of that stuff is bad for people. But as soon as you take like one step down that road, it's sort of an inevitability to where you ultimately end up in a worse place. You ultimately end up in a really controlled, basically like woke, pathological control over what people are seeing that is worse than if you just let them have the gooner bait, snake oil, schizo shit. And Twitter is headed in that direction, and everybody knows it, everybody feels it. And this guy is the main guy behind that. And he is, for the record, he is Jewish. And people were like posting his physiognomy, which I bet you if I do a search for physiognomy, his picture is going to come up here. First picture. So this is him. This is Nikita. Yes, he is. Why is X's head of product personally targeting right-wing accounts for banning? Why is he liking posts from an account that is telling people to murder his employer? Why didn't he ban that one? Why was he encouraging his followers to migrate to Blue Sky? Right. So here we have, he is on Blue Sky, Nikita. He has a Blue Sky account. And on Blue Sky, you can still see what people like. And so he's liking stuff like this: Bugs, beleaguered babysitter, non-binary Hank Hill voice. I sell pronouns and pronouns accessories. He liked this tweet. He liked this gender freaks, retard gender freak joke. I sell pronouns and pronoun accessories. And another tweet from this same account is, it's free and legal for Elon Musk to learn what a bullet tastes like. Onion Person, who is like a big Twitter troon, says, blue check Elon simp tweeter melting down over Blue Sky is going to become a fun genre. So Nikita here said, Blue Sky seems to be hitting an inflection point where it could displace Twitter. The wokes alone were insufficient to get people to migrate, but somehow Elon also lost the mandate from shit posters in the last few months. The woke shit poster coalition is an existential risk. And this troon is like, look at this blue check Elon simp melting down. And Nikita says, what are you even going on about? I literally use Blue Sky and prefer it over Twitter. This was back in 2023. By the way, aged very well. Here we are 2 years later. And as we all know, Blue Sky totally dominant. Right. This guy says, my friend A-Tunes1. So this guy, A-Tunes, he had been banned for a while. And this is the real smoking gun here, which we're going to get to. But he was unbanned this morning. What happened was, and we're going to get to this in a sec, but Elon Musk responded to all of what was going on. Elon Musk said, I'm going to look into this. And then within a few hours of that, A-Tunes was unsuspended. Martin and Salamiath were also unsuspended. My friend A-Tunes posted a normal opinion under X's head of product, Nikita Byers' post, which he didn't like. 5 hours later, A-Tunes was permanently suspended for no reason. Inauthentic behavior was the excuse given. And some of you may be old enough to remember that back after the kind of the H-1B stuff, there was a Groyper like gold check organization. I forget what it was called. There was like a bunch of Groyper accounts that were affiliates. And some of these people I didn't like. They were total dicks to me, like that Ramon G guy or whatever. But they all got banned at like once. And the reason given was the same reason, inauthentic behavior. Project Groyper. Yeah, that's what it was. Thank you. And when I saw that, I kind of like gave the benefit of the doubt. I kind of thought, well, maybe they're in a group chat where they're coordinating things in a way that they shouldn't be. I don't know. Maybe they were doing inauthentic behavior. Maybe they were gaming the system somehow. It's hardly out of the question. But now it looks like maybe this Nikita guy just bans JQers that he doesn't like. So this is anonymous DMs screenshot. So take this with a grain of salt. But this says, I know people tied to Nikita Byers, spoke to someone who's close to him. The ban suspension is irreversible. Every account he takes down won't be unbanned. No one at X will unban your account if Nikita was the one who placed it. Well, hasn't aged well, but you know, Elon trumps everything. So it probably would take Elon to get involved if Nikita banned you for you to get your account back. Ostensibly, allegedly, what got A-Tunes banned to begin with? Nikita says, interviewing a candidate today. Him, so are you guys in the office 3 or 4 days a week? Me, can you count? There are 7 days in a week. A-Tunes, I think the head of product should be someone else. You seem to show little concern for the monetization issues of the creator program or for the creators themselves and keep ignoring all our problems. Literally, the only platform paying customers are treated like this. So that's a very uncontroversial tweet. And he got banned a few hours after sending that tweet. He was blocked and then banned. And Elon, this is the tweet Elon replied to. Elon says, I'm looking into this. Disagreeable, even awful opinions are fine. Doxing non-public real-time location information where there is significant risk of harm is not. Well, but apparently it is, because Martin got his account back after posting that guy's house and being like, don't fuck with me. Don't ever fuck with me. Do you know who I am? I'm the captive dreamer. But the fact that within a few hours of Elon Musk saying this, A-Tunes got unbanned is, as far as I am concerned, an admission that there was no inauthentic behavior. And so this guy was power tripping and just banning people he didn't like. People who happen to be part of the noticing Twitter, shall we call it. People with a tendency to talk about Jewish power, shall we say, getting banned by this Jewish guy with a lot of power at Twitter. Very concerning. And a guy who, you know, could have got my account unhacked with like a single Slack message, but didn't. It's not like it would have been hard for him to help me, but he was more than happy to just like let me never get my Twitter account back if that's how it worked, which that's basically how it would work if I didn't hire a lawyer. Curtis Yarvin says, not going to be contributing more text to this platform. I'll use it to post links, promos, etc. Hey guys, the clip you just watched is from my daily stream, The Daily Cope, which I do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday mornings at 10 a.m. on the Daily Cope YouTube channel, as well as my Rumble, Odyssey, Cozy, and other platforms. If you liked it, maybe come check out the live stream sometime. We have a good time there. I'll put the link down in the description where you can find it. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Peace.